What is up, friends? And it is time to finish off season 2 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Absolutely loved this season. Obviously, this is only the second season, so I got my first taste in the first season. Really loved it right off the bat, but this season has definitely blown my expectations for the show completely out of the water. Loved Frank's addition in this show, and he's made such a great cast member and made for some absolutely hilarious plots and moments throughout this season, as well as kind of the rise of Caitlin Olsen's character of Dee, and she's been great kind of getting into the mix more, into the shenanigans, and so really love how well the cast is all working together, and I know that's only going to go up probably in this episode and in the next season, obviously. And big shout out to all of you guys for your wonderful support on the series so far. Been having a blast watching through this with you guys, and it seems like we have a pretty good group here who's all here consistently for each episode, and so I'm really glad to see that everybody's enjoying rewatching the show or watching for the first time along with me. I know there's been several of you who've mentioned that you're also going through the show for the first time, and so that's just awesome knowing that we're all experiencing this greatness together and just having a good time, especially when so many other things are stressing us out right now. So glad that we can look forward to this at least every Tuesday and Thursday. And as always, now going into this episode, don't have any idea what to expect, what the plot is going to entail, but I'm sure with it being a season finale that it's probably going to get pretty nuts and there may be some crazy things happening. Obviously, I think at this point the show is probably already kind of renewed and guaranteed a spot going forward, so maybe there will be some implications in this episode that carry over to next season. I'm not sure though. Maybe we'll see a couple of returning side characters as well, but I hope you're all excited to watch along with me for this one, and looking forward to engaging with you guys in the comments and reading all of your insights and funny behind the scenes information as well. But if you'd like to watch along with me for the entire length of this episode, as well as the full length reactions to all the episodes from this series, definitely check out my Patreon link in the description. That's where you can find those, and they're always up earlier than these YouTube edits, so if you'd like to see them ahead of time, that's the place to do it as well. And if by the end of this video you enjoyed watching along with me, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the last episode of season 2.
This guy has been trying to contact me for like 2 weeks now, and I've just been blowing him off, but he's saying that he's our dad. Look at the pictures he's sending.
Oh, look at that! That's your mom, dude!
What the heck? Has Frank been scamming him this whole time, or what?
This guy can't be our dad. That's ridiculous.
Is it? Is it any more ridiculous than our dad having brown eyes, black hair, and being 4'10"?
What? I was not expecting that. Yo, Frank just came into this show and now his legitimacy is already being in question. I mean, it does make sense though. Frank certainly hasn't passed down physical characteristics, although the mental and emotional characteristics I'd say are definitely there, especially in Dennis.
Just wanted to take you to a fancy place so that you would behave yourself.
I need to talk to you about something, Dad.
Shoot. It's kind of disturbing.
You two aren't banging, are you?
That's the first thing he goes to. Frank's been watching a little too much Game of Thrones.
What have I walked into here?
Oh my God.
You two aren't having sex together.
No, we're not.
Why is everyone so quick to buy that?
I am not getting pulled into any sort of perverted sex talk.
It's not perverted. Banging your sister is perverted, Dennis.
I am not banging my sister!
Now everyone in the freaking place knows what they're talking about. Shows what they think of Dennis and Dee, that they would go straight to that. Also glad we get a little bit more Frank and Dennis and Dee's mom in the same scene again.
There's this guy, Bruce, and he's claiming to be our biological father.
Is there a chance that that could be possible?
No.
Bruce Mathis?
Yeah.
Yes, he is your father.
What? I feel like she's just agreeing to it too quick to get back at Frank though.
Seeing as he had no money, I decided that the best thing for everyone was if I didn't tell Bruce and let your father think that the twins were his.
Oh my gosh, poor Frank. Dude didn't even know the whole time. And he's just barely come back into their lives too.
My life is a lie. My life is a lie. Somebody's got to get stabbed. Somebody's got to get stabbed. Stabbed.
Oh no! This episode is so chaotic already. Man, what a performance by Danny DeVito right there. That was great.
Turns out my friends got some weird news the other day about their biological father, and it got me to,
Are we seeing Mac's dad?
reconnecting with mine.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And, Charlie.
Dude definitely looks like he's a hardened criminal in this.
Maybe I got something for you. I got a little business I've been running in here the last couple of years. I'm gonna need some people on the outside, some badass, tough guy.
This feels like some of the plot of Arrested Development.
What do you guys know about smuggling heroin through your anus?
Knowing Mac, he's gonna do it just to try and reconnect with his dad. No questions asked.
It's not bunchy. You took it. There we go. Let me see. That's it. That's exactly it.
That's gonna impress
You
your
know.
dad.
What's wrong with this stance? He looks like a grandma.
You know.
Frank, what's going on in here? What happened?
I had a minor stroke, no big deal.
Oh, it was a stroke.
Can you help me?
No, yes, absolutely. But no killing. This is our opportunity to prove to people that we are to be respected. No one is more respected than dudes in prison, right? Yeah.
Did Frank just load the weapon again? I feel like these guys are not in a safe environment right now.
I still don't know if this is the best way to get hard.
Of course it is. This is totally hard. Look, you want to get hard, don't you?
Oh, I want to get hard. I want to get very, very hard.
Freaking double entendre going on right now. This is genius.
Frank, we're in.
Great.
Frank's just free fire in this episode. This guy's lost it, man, after that news. Although I probably would too.
Are these my beautiful children? I can't believe what...
Just instantly, completely the opposite personality of Frank. So kind to him. Please don't tell me they abandoned Frank and latch onto this guy.
I spent a little time in Afghanistan. We were doing a literacy program for women who are resisting the Taliban. Wow. I'm doing this work, starting some programs for Sacred Cross Hospital.
Oh my gosh, this dude is just doing it all. Sounds like a freaking legendary philanthropist.
What are you doing with your lives?
A lot of different
Chapters in
Kinds
that
of-
book.
Just tell me chapter
Well, I
one.
tell you what, a lot of this kind of stuff right here.
I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
They've already convinced him. Just flat out lied. I love it. I love how far from that lifestyle they are that they can't even come up with something on the spot.
I got no friend. I got you, I got this guy Tom, and that crazy woman who claims we had a one-night stand 30 years ago.
I feel like that's going to come back at some point, that line about the one night stand.
We know people.
Look, Frank, we know a guy on the inside we can talk to. He might be willing to help us out with the situation here.
The way that Charlie's standing with these pants. Dude looks like he's 80 years old. He's so great at physical comedy in this show.
We don't have anything in our butts. We're working on that, but we're still hard.
Yeah, you should see how hard we're getting.
We are getting so hard. It's like,
Gosh, dude, I love the freaking double meaning writing in this. These guys definitely are not cut out for this, at least yet.
Do not come back here without anything up those asses. Okay?
okay.
I love that line delivery, my goodness. Mac's dad is a piece of work for sure. He's nothing like him. I love that there's the parallels, though, between Mac and Charlie meeting Mac's dad and Dee and Dennis meeting their dad, and how they're just so different from each other, but just in opposite ways.
All right, you want to have some of this glue with me?
No! Put the glue away!
Have a little with me, dude. We just need to...
Fine.
We just need to keep an edge. We gotta stay...
Throwing it back to the last episode, they huffed glue.
Find your strength in love.
They're fitting right at home with him, surprisingly. Although surely either they're going to do something to set the dad off, or they're going to get tired of it.
Hi.
Hi.
Man's on an island out there. Mac ditched him. Charlie's horrible at confrontations.
It's okay.
Dude's looking like some mad creeper right now. Charlie's freaking hilarious, man. That was a great moment.
We mashed him so good! We mashed him good!
Certainly not the truth, but hopefully that'll get Frank off their case as well. I feel like things haven't gotten crazy enough though. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
It hurts everywhere.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You don't know that, Deandra.
Shut up.
She's terrible at this. She's even worse than them. I'm surprised by that.
This is really kind of bumming me out,
Yeah, this is not fun.
Yes, I'm not exactly sure what it is we're trying to prove.
We're not trying to prove anything. We're just helping the kids.
It's one thing to rock out, raise some cash, but it's a totally different thing to put our lives at risk.
Here we go. I knew they were going to break at some point. They lasted like half a day trying to be good, and they've already given up.
So I contacted that woman on MySpace who claimed that we had a one-night stand. Turns out she's single and ready to go.
I knew that was going to come back into play. I called it. I'm excited to see who this is. I wonder if it's going to be anyone I recognize.
I can yell at him.
Charlie.
Hey, Mom.
Oh no! It was Charlie's mom! Frank's Charlie's dad! Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Wait, so if you guys had a one-night stand 30 years ago, and I don't know who my... You could be my...
Oh yes, dude, this is amazing.
dad?
Oh, and it ends there. Oh, I was not expecting that. That was the best ending I could have imagined for this season. What a freaking twist, dude. These dudes have been living together for an entire season pretty much and didn't even know they were father and son. Oh, that's amazing. What beautifully done writing. Absolute comedy genius. Man, even when I'm getting lucky predicting things in an episode, it still shocks me by the end, and things come out of seemingly nowhere and just surprise the heck out of me. But that was such a great episode, especially the ending. Obviously, that's such a huge revelation learning that, but I can't imagine that Charlie's mom got with Frank at one point. That's just something I did not see coming from a mile away. I'm so glad it was someone that had already been in the show. I don't know how long they were planning that, but I feel like it's so geniusly done. And obviously, besides that moment, there were some great things throughout this episode. Like, we finally got to meet Mac's dad as well in prison, and it doesn't seem like Mac is anytime soon going to be able to impress his dad, because he and Charlie tried their best, but they are not even close to the hard levels that they would need to be able to impress him. So those interactions were super funny, and loved just the entire main plot of Dee and Dennis interacting with their real father, who, now that the episode's over, I know is their actual real father, even though I was doubting it for a little bit. But those were hilarious moments. Just love how they don't even last a day trying to be good. They're just so set in their ways of just not caring about anyone else besides themselves, which is on par for the first two seasons. It would be jarring if they did make a change to try and connect with him further, so I'm glad that it all kind of worked out in the end for them to kind of come back to where they're comfortable with, and obviously it makes for the best comedy as well. And so I don't know if Mac's dad and now Dennis and Dee's dad are going to start becoming more frequent characters in the show. I could see it happening, but definitely will create a much more interesting dynamic whenever Charlie's mom pops in the show as well. And I don't know what this information is going to do for Charlie and Frank's living situation, because it kind of just cuts off right when that revelation happens. And so I don't know if they're happy about it, if they're upset about it, because Frank seemed pretty satisfied at the end of the episode to kind of be out of Dennis and Dee's lives and kind of wanting to get back out there. But now that he has Charlie Riley, who probably has all of these built up feelings towards wanting a dad to speak to. It's probably going to kind of overwhelm Frank with his actions, but cannot wait to see how things work out for them in the future. Super excited for that. But man, the episodes this season were just so funny, so entertaining. We had great, just kind of funny situational episodes, or episodes where they just kind of throw all these funny lines or actions at us, which I loved. But then you also have so many like politically interwoven plots that were just so geniusly written as well. I feel like this is just such a well-written comedy show. Definitely one of the best ones that I've seen, but obviously I'm only in season 2, and you guys keep saying that it just keeps getting better and better as I go along, and so I cannot wait to get into the next season with you all. Been loving it so far, and I'm sure I'm just going to continue to love it. And obviously the information in this episode was kind of a big twist, big surprise, and so shout out to you guys for never kind of spoiling it, at least that I saw in the comments. And so definitely going forward, I hope that I can continue to maintain that level of innocence going into the plots, not knowing big things like that, because obviously it makes for much better and fun reactions. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed watching along with me for this episode and for that ending, and I appreciate your guys' support on this series, having a blast with you all. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. And as always, if you'd like to help support the channel and get the full-length reaction to these even earlier than the YouTube edits, definitely check out my Patreon. That's where you'll be able to find all the full-length reactions from this series, as well as all the other things from the channel that I've done full-length reactions for. But I look forward to getting on to season 3 with you all on Thursday, and until then, I will see you all later. Peace.